Although Betty Crocker Creamy Deluxe and Fluffy Whip frostings are wonderful used right out of the tub, you can also look at them like a canvas and use them to add your own colors and your own creativity. You can get the whole family involved. I'm going to take a few minutes and show you some fun things you can do, but certainly there's always some more new ideas, so don't hold back. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to change this frosting into a fabulous glaze. We just popped that amount of frosting that I showed you originally into the microwave for 30 seconds on medium power, and it came out to be this nice silky mixture, almost marshmallowy. Now, to make it even more pretty, I'm going to take a little bit of food coloring, and I want this to be a really pretty pale pink. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit at a time and give it a quick stir. This is the perfect job for a child, especially a young child, because there's nothing sharp, nothing too hot, and we've got a really pretty soft pink color. Just going to take and use a back and forth motion, just like that, out of the cup. And see how it just goes right down the sides of the cake. It's going to look fabulous. I'm going to put on a little bit less at the beginning so that I can come back at the end and fill in any gaps. But it's a lot easier to add more than it is to take it away. If you find it's getting thick, you can pop your cup back into the microwave for another 5 seconds or so, give it a stir, and see how it's performing. At this stage, using a spoon will help me to have full control over where my glaze goes. I want to have a little bit more in the middle, but then still have it easing down the sides in nice stripy, drippy drips. Now I'm going to show you some fun things you can do with frosting right out of the tub. I've got some cupcakes that I just frosted with white here, and I'll show you in a few moments how to use some fun candies and things to make great looking toppings. But now I'm going to add some color to a frosting tub. You don't even need to transfer it to a bowl. This is paste food coloring, and as you can see, it has a pasty consistency. It's very, very concentrated, so you want to use this in small, small amounts. You can get this at professional cake decorating stores and some fancy grocery stores. I just take a toothpick, and then I just literally plunge it in and out of the frosting and clean it on the side. The best way to incorporate this frosting is with a nice flexible little spatula, and just give it a stir. And you get a really rich color from a very small amount of the color. Of course, it comes in every color. So for Halloween, you can go orange and black, and for birthdays, you can go blue or super pink or whatever your child's favorite color is. Now, beyond being able to use this right out of the tub to frost a cupcake or any cake or a loaf for that matter, you can just take it, use a palette knife, a butter knife, back of a spoon, and spread it over. You want to get a nice thick coat of frosting on a cupcake because nothing's better than a frosty cupcake. Now I'm going to show you how you can use a piping bag to make a frosting do all kinds of interesting things. This kind of a bag you can buy, and the tips you can buy at department stores and craft stores. And they're really handy to have, especially if you like to make your own birthday cakes. One of the keys is not to overfill the bag. You want to get enough that you can squeeze it through the tip, but not have it coming out and volcanoing over onto your hand, because although frosting's fun to eat, it really isn't quite as much fun to wear. Now, you can do a couple of things with this. One of the looks that I really like is to just go back and forth and make a really great looking lined frosting like that. It looks really professional. Looks just like it came out of a bakery, but so, so much easier. If you don't have a piping bag, you can make do very easily. You can take any zip top bag. It should be a fairly substantial one, nice thick sides. Put some frosting into it. Here I've got some Creamy Deluxe chocolate frosting. I cut a tiny, tiny hole in the bottom, and now I'm just going to add on a nice little decoration. We can go like that for sort of the classic cupcake look, or I can add a letter. And this would be really fun. If you had a birthday party, you could spell out happy birthday or any kind of a message that you wanted to. So super trick to keep in your back pocket. Now, as far as just adding glamour to your cupcake, these are the white cupcakes we did a little earlier. And now I'm just going to add some little flowery bits. And then, to really amp up the glamour and make this super special, I'm just going to sprinkle very, very lightly with some fun little bit of blue sugar Oops, going to add some, these are called dragées. They're little metallic looking candies that you can get in the grocery store and at the bulk store. And look at that, what a fun cupcake. Other things you can do, you can make a flower by using the same colored jelly beans and adding a yellow one in the middle for a center. And that's a really fun and easy thing to do. Stuff that anyone can put together easily is really what you want to have prepared. You can put out as much or as little as you like. Just keep the broom handy if you're doing this with children, because chances are you're going to have a bit of a cleanup to do later on. Layering is one way to really get a great effect. So here I've got frosting, got little tiny sprinkles, and then I'm going to top off with a colorful arrangement of candies. Who wouldn't like to eat a little cupcake like that? So needless to say, there's an awful lot you can do with frosting. This is really just the tip of the frosting iceberg. Join me again for more one-step tips.
For more recipe videos, visit lifemadedelicious.ca.